And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful America, my shining city on a hill. I'm Eden Gordon Hill, and welcome to the All American Book Club. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not done so yet, hop over and check out Great American Pure Flix. Hop over and check out their brand new mystery series featuring Candace Cameron Bure. And it is called A Case for the Winemaker. Yes, as soon as I saw it uploaded and ready to watch, I sat down, and it's completely different than what she did with the other network. And the author we have, the awesome author that we have the honor to introduce this morning is Candace Havens. Now, let me tell you something a little bit about Candace really quickly. She's not only a book author of these amazing mysteries, she has a whole new series coming out in addition to that you'll hear about this morning. But she's also been in journalism for 30 years. She is a radio personality. She has so much in her back pocket that you're going to hear about for the first time here at the All American Book Club. So Candace, please welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to this amazing audience. We're so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Absolutely. So let me just, full disclosure to the audience, Candace and I met a couple different ways, but honestly, it was it was Twitter. We met following each other, seeing that we had a lot in common. You all know that we have a lot of people from Great American Pure Flix joining our show. We have talent here almost every month talking about the different movies that are coming out. So that's really how Candace and I met. And it's because, for all those watching on the YouTube, A Case for the Winemaker, the book that was just featured on Great American Pure Flix. Okay, Candace, tell us about how that came to be first and foremost.
It first came to me, the character was talking in my head. I'm one of those writers where characters talk in my head, a little bit crazy. I know it sounds like to other people, but she was just this very strong character in my head. And I wanted to create a town. And I loved that Candace and her production team, pardon me, picked up on it. I wanted to create a town where people were kind to one another and looked out for one another. There's a couple of murders here and there, that sort of thing. And so that's where the genesis was of creating my own fantasy town of, kind people. I'm from Texas. I set it in Texas, in a make-believe town that's sort of like Fredericksburg. A lot of people have who vacation around San Antonio and that area or Austin know about Fredericksburg. So it's that kind of town, very friendly people. And then her friends help her solve murders. And I just love that whole idea of having a little Scooby gang of my own.
No, and that's a perfect example of what, if our audience has not seen this mystery movie yet on Great American Pure Flix, it is available. And you described it so well. It is a small town of community looking out for one another. And I think in the culture that we live in today, it's harder to find that community that looks out for one another. Whether you are new to a community or you're looking for a new church or a new book club or whatever, it's really harder. We tend to go straight to the Facebook and to go straight for the social media, right? To connection. And so you bring that out perfectly. Talk to me about the series though. How many do you have in this book series so far?
So far, there's 5 books in the Ainsley McGregor series. As far as movies go, they've already filmed the second film. And so, yay, that'll be coming out. I have no idea when.
I was gonna say when?
Yeah. I think it's A Case for the Winemaker. I'm sorry, Yarn Maker. We already did Winemaker. A Case for the Yarn Maker. And so, yeah, I have no idea on dates and things. All I know is they've closed on principal photography. That's all I know so far on that one. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that, but I just did. So breaking news for you. How about that? So yes, I hope to do more in the series. We'll see what happens. It's a conversation that I have to have with a publisher who's the lovely Jane Porter at Thule. And so I need to speak with her and work around my other schedule because I have a lot of books going on right now.
So is this series, is this the first for you to be used and made into a TV series?
It is. It's my
Okay.
first mystery series.
Okay.
Before that, I wrote a lot of romance. And then, so it's my first mystery series and the first that was turned into television.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Was it, did Great American, did they come to you via Candace? Did she read your book and say, I want this? Or how did that unfold for you? What was the genesis of that?
A producer who was working with Candy Rock, a
Mhm.
producer reached out to my publisher, asked if she had some mysteries. She sent in my book along with several others. And then he and Candace picked up on mine, and so that's how it went. I had little to nothing to do with it, even though I'm very much a part of that world, writing about TV and film and talking about it on radio station. But I had no say in it whatsoever. It all happened thanks to my lovely publisher. And so that's sort of how it all came about. I just got lucky. I mean, I'm glad that they enjoyed the series, that they liked the series so much that they thought it would make good television. I think I write in a way with all of my books that sort of, I don't want to say cinematic because that sounds fancy, but my when I'm writing, it plays out like a movie in my head. The
Mm.
characters are talking, I see the scenery. So it's all like already a movie, and I think that sort of transfers to the page. That said, they changed quite a lot. And I didn't mind it at all. Like they changed a great deal. And I don't want to give too much away, but you could read the book and get a whole different experience than you would from the film.
From the film. Well, let's talk about what brought you to writing. What was the inspiration? Was it your background in the medium of being in radio and TV? What was really the inspiration for you to start writing? How did that come about for you?
Writing fiction came about around 2004 or so. It's a funny story, and like I said, I started in writing romance, but I was at an ABC party at the Horseshoe Gardens at the Langham Hotel. It used to be the Ritz-Carlton back in the day. And I was at a party, tripped and fell into the arms of Jim Belushi, who kept me from doing a face plant. I was so embarrassed, so embarrassed. And I went to the corner of the Horseshoe Garden, and my friend Paulette Cohn was standing there, and she did not know the story until recently. And we just started talking about books. And she's like, I always feel like you would be a great romance author. And I'm like, why would you say that? I don't know. And it just put a bug in my head. And I came home and I wrote my first romance book. It was awful, terrible. But then from there, I learned it's a whole different craft than writing nonfiction and articles and that sort of thing. But I learned quickly, and I think I had a bit of a learning curve because I was a journalist already. So that started the journey. And then with the mysteries, I was just sort of burned out on romance. I felt like everything had been done, and I just was looking to do something new. Had a conversation with my agent, and she mentioned cozy mysteries, something I had read off and on, my whole life. And I love mysteries, always had. And so that's what happened. And she said that, and this character started talking in my head, and I had the story within days. It was crazy.
So let's talk about your new series. I don't have any of those books here in house, but what I normally do is when I fall in love with a book, I just go and buy everything else. And then my husband's like, where are you going to put all these books? I'm like, you have no idea what I'm going to do. So talk to me about this other series that you're working on. Is this the first one in the series, or am I getting caught up to there's a couple already?
There's a couple already. I think you're
Okay.
talking about the Scottish series.
Yes, the
Um,
Scottish series. Yes.
right. So remind me to tell you about the Irish series in a minute. So
Okay.
in the Scottish series, An American in Scotland is the first book in that series. It's basically about an ER doctor who ran the ER department in Seattle, who runs away, had some not so great life experience, runs away to Scotland, thinks she's going to be a small town doctor, and then finds out in the small print that she's also the coroner. So she has to solve mysteries. So again, I have these themes in every book I write of creating your own family from friends, of having building a great support system. I think it's a message for life. I want people to do. I have such a wonderful group of friends of you know, that inner circle that I can go a month or two without talking to them, and then we get together and it's, you know, we can't stop talking. And so that you'll see that theme in a lot of my books. But in the Scottish series, An American in Scotland is the first book. Death at a Scottish Wedding is the second book. And then the third book comes out October 15th. That's Death at a Scottish Christmas. And so I really love the world, love the characters. It's different than the Ainsley McGregor in many ways, except that she, you know, sort of creates this family from friends. And there's some really diverse and lovely characters in that series. And then the Irish series is brand new. First book comes out. I'm going to tell you right now because I had to write everything down because I can't remember. August 22nd.
Okay.
And that is an Irish bookshop murder about twin sisters who move to Ireland and inherit a beautiful cottage and a beautiful bookstore and end up solving murder mysteries. So yeah, I got a lot going on right now.
You do. And so let me ask you this. I want to read to my audience just a little bit of your bio. You are a best-selling author. You have published more than 25 books. Your novels have received nominations for the Ritas, the Holt Medallion, Writer Touch Reader Award, National Reader's Choice Award. The list goes on. But I love this part. You were also one of the nation's leading entertainment journalists, and you have interviewed countless celebrities, including George Clooney to Chris Pratt. You run a free online writing workshop for more than 2,000 writers and teachers, and you've done film reviews, and you were former president of Television Critics Association, and you were on the Hawkeye in the Morning on 96.3 KSCS. Okay. Do you still breathe? I mean, oh my gosh, so much. I just love your bio. You've brought so much to the world of journalism. You've brought so much to the world of creativity and the big screen. This is a phenomenal career that you have had. And I feel like I'm just getting started with your books. I mean, congratulations on everything that you have done. But I have to say this. Okay, we have about 5 minutes left in our segment here at the All-American Book Club. We're with Candace Havens, A Case for the Winemaker, one of her big books that just was premiered on Great American Pure Flix. But my question to you is, out of all the celebrities, okay, you've got to have some great stories here. You basically, Jim Belushi caught you. I love that story. But what was it like? You know, you highlight Chris Pratt, you highlight George Clooney. Is there somebody in there that really just inspired you? They were, what you see was what you got.
I have so many, honestly, really great, lovely people that I've met throughout my career. Bryan Cranston's a really funny one. I was visiting the set of Breaking Bad before it ever came out. They were filming episodes. The show hadn't come out yet. And I bet him and Vince, his producer, that they would be nominated for Emmys, and they were. And I said, you owe me $20, you know? And so, and he remembered all that. Like, he remembered all that. He's waved at me from across the room at parties and stuff. And I'm like, is he waving at me? I turn around and look, you know. So I just love him. He's very down to earth. Tom Hanks is another one. I've been talking to Tom Hanks since he started his career on TV. And I'll be honest, he hasn't changed. He's the same dude that he was, you know, 30 years ago, and just as kind, just as friendly, and he's naturally funny, which I appreciate. So those two guys are pretty awesome in my book. I love Candace, who stars in my film. My film, like I made it.
Well, you kind of did.
Yeah. She's a lovely soul, very kind-hearted. I don't know how many times I've interviewed her. It's a lot throughout the years. And, you know, she just always the same since she was a little girl. So that's, you know, I like people who are grounded, have a set of values and kind of stick with it. You see it go to a lot of celebrities' head. You see all those documentaries and things on those poor people who don't make it, right? So it's nice to see those who have made it big, who are still have great, what I call golden hearts. So
Well, yeah, I can say that about her family. Her sister Bridget has been on my show. And her brother will be on later in the year. And I'm expected, I believe that she's supposed to be coming on as well, actually to talk about your book, your series, and hopefully a couple of the Christmas flicks. So, and I agree with you. That family is very grounded, especially with having been in Hollywood for so long. And I love this show because I love talking about the integrity, the God, the country, the family. Those three pinnacle points for the show have really brought in a very powerful audience, and also very powerful authors like yourself that just bring, you make words come to life. So thank you for doing that. Absolutely. In the final minute we have left here at the All American Book Club, what can you tell my audience? How can they get involved with you? I mean, I know you have your website, you have your social media pages and all of those things, but is there, you obviously work with a lot of people who are writing and wanting to be writers. What's the best way for them to really engage with you online?
Social media, and I have to say the Scottish series and the Irish series are written under Lucy Connolly.
Okay.
If you go to lucyconnolly.com, you can all the books, Candace Havens books and Lucy Connolly books are listed on that website on Lucy Connolly. I have a lovely friend who just did all that for me. And then social media, I'm on everything. I'm on Twitter, mostly as Candace Havens. I'm on Lucy Connolly on Facebook. You can find my author page. I'm on Threads. I'm on Instagram as Candace Havens. I'm on all, maybe not Snapchat. I just felt like, no, I didn't need to go there. So and I think it's kind of done. It's had its day already. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm there, and you can find me through my website. All my socials should be listed there. So that's how you can get a hold of me. And you can also message me through the Lucy Connolly site. I answer emails all the time.
Okay, well, I am so thankful that you had the time to come join us here at the All American Book Club. I'm excited to feature you in September and October and all of your books and and celebrate all of the exciting things that are about to happen for you. Congratulations on your Great American Pure Flix movie, A Case for the Winemaker, and congratulations on all your successes. And for all of those who are tuning in here at the All American Book Club, go check Candace out no matter what. Go pick up her book. And if you need any assistance, just message me. We are going to make sure you guys get to see this flick. For all those who are tuning in, stay tuned. We will be right back for our next segment. Thank you so much, Candace.
Thank you.